Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Hey everybody, and good Saturday morning. Quick housekeeping item. Remember, there will be no video on Sunday, and depending on what's going on with our travel arrangements, you may not get a video on Monday, but what you may get on Monday instead is a live. So let's just jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start off today with the Duke of Kent, who went to Wimbledon. He was there with his daughter, Lady Helen Taylor, and her son, Columbus Taylor. Now, I have to be honest and tell you, I think he's looking really good for a man of his age. As usual, he and the Duke of Gloucester at their age are out doing their work and they're not complaining. As for his daughter, I really like that dress that she's wearing. I like the white line that goes all the way down. Now, sitting next to her at Wimbledon was Princess Beatrice. She was there with her husband, Edo, and they were at the men's single semifinals between Italy and Serbia. Very pretty and pink, and a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for all the information on her clothing. Also spotted at Wimbledon was Princess Michael of Kent in red. Love it. Very nice. All right, moving on. There was a service of Thanksgiving for Admiral Lord Boyce at Westminster Abbey today, and Commander Rob Dixon, who is the equerry to the Prince and Princess of Wales, was there. He's very handsome. He certainly gives Johnny a run for his money. Also present was Prince Michael of Kent while his wife was at tennis. And also present Vice Admiral Sir Timothy Lawrence, Princess Anne's husband. All right, next up, I want to go back to this whole thing about the playground. I had a subscriber write to me and tell me that the area where this playground is one of the wealthiest areas where everybody is driving like Mercedes. These are the people complaining about the entrance fee. All right, moving on. All right, next up, Buckingham Palace is open for tours now. Unfortunately, it's going to close before I get a chance to get there. Man, I'm missing out on all the good stuff. Ugh. All right, moving on. Next up, the Duke of Gloucester went on Tuesday to the Great York Show where he saw farming machinery and, animals, etc. Again, older gentleman out and about doing his work. And his wife, in the meantime, as president of the Royal Academy of Music, went to the graduation ceremony at Freemason Hall. All right, moving on to Catherine, William, and the kids. They toured the actual aircraft that transported Queen Elizabeth's coffin from Scotland to London after her death. The family, they said, was all looking forward to the trip. I cannot get over the size of George. Man, has he grown. I mean, really. Anyway, the three kids explored the space. George attempted to raise a ramp. And Louis, boss baby there, sat on a quad and decided to wave at everybody. Love it. Prince George, if you can believe this, is turning 10 next week. I know, right? Seems like just yesterday, Catherine was standing in front of the hospital with that adorable little bundle of joy while he screamed his head off, for those of you who don't remember. But I love the fact that they have the family out. Everybody's out. There's no photoshopping. There's no fakery. There's no trickery. Love it. Have you guys noticed that? The kids are not afraid of the paparazzi. They're not afraid of the reporters. And it's just a nice family out and about showing that it can be done. All right. Now, a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce for showing us all about Catherine's outfit and Charlotte's outfit. Love it. Moving on. All right, next up, apparently Meghan is plotting some big move to try to bounce back. Now, gee, what could that be? Wait, let me think. Oh, well, let's try to set up an award that's only been around for 2 years so I can walk out and get an award that I really didn't earn, but that I'm able to pay for. My PR is able to pay for. I mean, come on, guys. They're putting out PR puff pieces. Meghan was up for an Emmy, but she said no back in 2018. That woman was never up for an Emmy. Then we found out she applied to be a judge at the Emmys. She was completely dismissed by that. Can you imagine? Of course, GB News was talking about it. Listen to this.
The interesting thing is that Meghan applied to be a judge on the Emmys, which is really funny because the only she would vote for would be her own documentary, but she didn't get away with that. And they've really snubbed her because not one person on the board, and it's quite a large board, actually mentioned that.
So, of course, now everybody's asking, like, okay, so you weren't nominated. What's going to happen next? Because that was probably the best you had. And you can't buy Hollywood. You can't buy an Emmy and you can't buy an Oscar. You tried, but it didn't work. Then you tried to be on the board of judges and it didn't work. So what now? Well, the story's coming out that they're thinking of calling the royal family and calling a truce. What they haven't considered is that the royal family doesn't trust them anymore and may not want them back. Nobody ever thinks about stuff like that. All right, guys, it's time to go back to our trip. So this morning we got on the subway. We were heading to the 9/11 memorial. We got on the train that went the wrong direction because we didn't know what the hell we were doing, and we ended up being on the subway almost an hour. But eventually we got off. Now, the 9/11 memorial was very touching, like literally brought tears to your eyes. So I'm just going to put some music to this and show you what we saw there, and then we'll pick back up. Here we go. Now, when we got done there, we got on the subway going the correct way, and we went to Chinatown. I wanted some good Chinese food. So we stopped into this little store and ordered our food, and it was unbelievable. It makes you realize that what you get back home doesn't even compare. So we ordered egg rolls. This was what my husband ordered. I couldn't even tell you what it was. I ordered sesame chicken. This stuff was to die for. Then we ordered pan fried dumplings, and it was delicious. Now, as we're walking out, I noticed there's lots of music all over New York, okay? So, for instance, we passed a bus full of kids. Watch this. All right, then we got on the subway to head back, and this guy gets on and starts playing. He was amazing. Listen to this. Not the best recording, you guys, but he was really good. Anyway, there's his Venmo if you want to donate any money to his cause. Then we got to the train station. We got off, and as we're walking up, we come up on this. Watch this. All right, so then we get off the station and we head to Harry Potter. Okay, here we go, the Harry Potter exhibition. He's blinking.
You see the little door handle we put on in the corral? It's pretty fun. Yeah.
So this was an interactive thing. We had a wristband that made things come alive, but we went into different areas like the map room.
In about 2 minutes, there's going to be an intro video that will play before you go into the rest of the exhibition. Feel free to take pictures, look around.
Then we got to see the Great Hall. This was cool. It's a video. We got to see all kinds of artifacts from the movie. I don't know how they got a hold of them, but it was pretty cool. Of course, I was in Gryffindor, and I had Hermione Granger's wand, and my Patronus was a phoenix, I believe it was. Pretty cool.
I think we're heading into the plant section.
know, some of the costumes, till you see them close up, you don't even realize how intricate they are. You know what I mean? All right, next one. Miss Umbridge with her kittens that like to move, and she loved cats. Oh, that cat just ran off. That is hilarious. Then, of course, we saw the Sword of Gryffindor. We got to see Bella Lestrange's outfit. I got to make a magic potion. Then we went into divination, where I was able to look into a crystal ball. We got to see the actual Goblet of Fire. I mean, all in all, it was a pretty cool exhibition. We even got to see one of the dragons and the golden egg that was used. Then we saw the map room. And then after that, it was time to leave and go to dinner. So here you go. Oh, it's the family tree. All right, now this you're going to want to pay attention to. This was cool. So we went to this restaurant called the Rag Trader. They had an outdoor area where I insisted we sit. It was really nice. You were able to look out. And it was a little bit of a rainy weather, but not too bad. So it wasn't too hot. And of course, we walked in and they asked if we had reservations. And I had to be honest and say no. But we really wanted to eat there. And so they accommodated us, which I thought was really sweet. And then I asked to sit outside, and they accommodated us, which I thought was really sweet. I had this mushroom fettuccine dish that was just to die for. My husband had the steak with the onion rings and the green beans. The dessert that I got was a tiramisu, and the dessert my husband got was on fire. Watch this. We're on fire. Now, this is where things got interesting. As we were leaving, they asked us if we were interested in this area downstairs that we didn't know existed. So she pulls back the red rope. We go down these dark stairs. We get to the door, and this is what we walk into. Unfortunately, I can't turn the light on. Yeah, really? So this bartender's name was Carlos, who made me the most amazing drink I've ever had. He told me what was in it, but of course I couldn't even, no. But I sucked it right down. It was so good. So we're sitting down in this area where that I couldn't even tell you. And all of a sudden, the entertainment starts, okay? First up singing was Colleen. Then next up singing after that was Ollie. I believe that's her name. And the next one after that was Stephanie. So I'm going to leave you now with the videos of the three of them singing. Just enjoy. And we'll talk again on Monday or Tuesday.
Sometimes it hurts instead, and nothing comes down.